beauty, and lifestyle products. We will learn about her business journey and how she uses collections to take her business even a step further. So help me welcome Daisy. Hello, Daisy.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm great. So tell our audience a little bit about you, what you're doing.
Yeah, of course. Wow. Okay, so I run Daisy Joe Reviews, which is, like you said, a destination site for fashion, beauty, and lifestyle product recommendations, as well as industry analysis. That's in terms of like new product releases, what's happening within the industry. It's really an educational point, place for consumers to learn more than just like what to buy. It's like, why should you buy it? What are these ingredients? Why all of a sudden are you seeing a certain type of ingredients like across every product line everywhere? So I try to cover the gamut and also just like really also financially inform my audience. So you've probably seen on my site, I've done some post analysis on like earnings reports for very popular beauty brands, as well as how to something as simple as like how to dress better or how to wear the latest trends.
Very interesting. Great. So, how do you promote yourself? How you started to market yourself using videos? Was it difficult for you? What did you do?
When I first started, it was extremely difficult. Somehow I got gifted a DVR video camera, like a mini hand camcorder video camera, and I started making videos like right around the time that like iMovie, the whole like Apple iSuite came out. So iMovie, iPhoto, all of those things. So I started that. I got a video camera right around the time that those apps came out, and Apple really started pushing like the Creator. It was very early on, like early 2000s, and I just started like making videos. And then when YouTube came about, this was like maybe like 5 years later or so. I started making YouTube videos, like just review videos or like how to model videos and how to do beauty pageants and stuff like that, because that was my background. And then I just I was very early to making videos and also to doing like sponsored videos or brand videos for different companies. So what I was doing was pitching small businesses in my neighborhood, like Just Tires, for example. I was pitching small businesses and asking for sponsorship to make the videos. And then I was using like a handful of talent that I knew from, just being around LA, and putting them in the videos. So very like small screen branded content, geared towards small like local brands, and it was really hard because that industry did not exist, but I just saw it happening in the future, and I was like, oh man, I want to do this now. I don't want to wait. And you had to like edit everything yourself. You had to film everything. You had to plan everything yourself, and so it was basically like being a news producer, like a field producer, but just productized across like every niche and every vertical that you can imagine. And it's just been a really long journey in creating that and doing that because the industry has just changed so much. Yeah, so that's how I started and still going at it now.
You're doing great.
Oh, thank you.
Great. So, if we already talked about videos, let's talk about collections. So, I
Mhm.
know that you used collections. It's our interactive video playlist for your website, for your business that you can embed on your website, on WordPress, Wix, Shopify, anything that you want. So, before you're gonna tell me your experience with this, I'll just show our audience an example so they understand what we're talking about. So, let me
Yeah.
share my screen. Let's see. Great. There it is. Great. So as you can see here, this is a collection. So it's a video playlist with interactive cards, as you can see here. So this is Daisy. She did a lot of videos here on a brand of a brush. So as you can see here, a lot of videos from Daisy. This is the video, and this is the interactive cards with it. So while she's speaking, we can see this is her logo and a call to action button. We can have a poll, different images with call to action, so we can reach the product or the services. It's really good for your audience to increase the purchase intent. If you want them to engage more with your video and watch them longer, this is really the place for you. And we can see another example from Daisy's website that we talked about, Daisy Joe's Reviews. She wrote here a great article about collections, and at the end she also put her own collection that she did about how to dress casually and more professional, and a lot of beauty tips that you can read, and I'll send it to you. But this is the goal of the collection. You can sell your product, you can sell your services with the interactive options. And another cool feature is the fact that you can update that inside the Big View platform, and it will be updated automatically on your website. So you don't have to worry about updating it by yourself. It will auto update it for you. So Daisy, I'll go back to you.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your experience with collections.
So I thought, well, first of all, I filmed that, a series of videos for you guys, and I wasn't sure if I immediately got what the end result was going to be. But I just took a very educated guess when I did those videos, and thought about, just being in the video ecosystem for a long time. I thought about, okay, what would be the next iteration? What is the use case, right? And embedding videos into websites is very frustrating because, number one, you mentioned something that's very important, is the re-embed. So if you make a change to the video, the new code doesn't get pushed to your website. So you have to copy the code, re-embed it into your website, and then republish that page, which is a hang-up for a lot of people, especially if you're not into any technicalities of like building a website or video and content. If you're not into coding, then the understanding the embed code and the update is really a point of friction for a lot of people. So I thought that was really smart because it just removes a step for most people to have to think about, especially when you're thinking about creating videos and you think about blogging or writing content for your website, and especially for it to be SEO friendly, which is a monster within itself. And so I really enjoyed the experience of creating the videos. If you guys notice, in the makeup videos that I did for Big View, I am actually talking while I'm doing the tutorial. So when I filmed those videos, I actually used Big View, the teleprompter, and I read my script along with actually doing the demonstration. Not only does Big View make it very easy to teleprompt and show at the same time, it's also a skill that you have to develop over time. You have to practice doing. And I love the fact that you can do many takes within the app. So doing many takes to get it right is so important because you're going to mess it up a few times until you become professional. You're just going to have to like retake, take again. And one of the other things that I did with the app this time when I did the fashion videos that are now embedded on my website is I filmed everything also inside the app. So the teleprompter side of it, but I also just filmed like the fashion show, with me walking and showing the clothes. I actually filmed that inside the app, and then I added voiceover later to it. And the reason why I did that is because just showing the garments is you lose a lot of face time with the audience if you're showing like modeling the garment and showing the garment. And so I wanted to keep, by showing the garment, I wanted to keep the face time with the audience, but at the same time have them kind of like experience a QVC style voiceover, or like this product you can buy, and then modeling it at the same time. And then I was able to move the videos from the teleprompter side and just add them to the collections, which is, I love the intuitiveness of that, because you don't have to download the videos and then re-upload them to collections. You can just move them over, and then you can organize them inside the collections in the order that you want them, the order flow that you want your viewers to watch them. And then you can add the interactions, like what you want your customer or your audience to do at each point in the video, which I think is really brilliant, because as a content creator and as an influencer, if you are, your whole job is to create a reason for your audience to click on something. Your whole job is to encourage them to buy whatever it is you're selling. And that's really, from the beginning of video to now, that's been really complicated to do. There's a lot of, you lose a lot in your audience between informing them about a product or introducing them to the product and then getting them to click your link to the product, not to go to a different site and click somebody else's link by an accident, or the link is broken or something like that, or hope that they scroll down to the bottom of the page to click the right link. So with collections, the link that's associated with what you're talking about in the video is right there at the, I don't even want to say at the bottom of the video. It's complementary to the video. And so while I'm talking about, like, for example, the textured blazer and like how to wear it casual or professional, etc., you can see the blazer and you can click the link while watching the video, and that'll open up in a different window to that actual product where you can shop and buy it. And so I think that from an influencer, from a content creator perspective, where you're trying to sell something, that's very important, because you want to be able to keep those links, the customers or your clients, on the right path to clicking the links, so that you get the commission that that you're supposed to get when someone buys that product.
Great. It was great information, and I want to emphasize what Daisy said. So really, when you start, you can add videos to the collection. So you can do it externally to import the video, but you can also do it with BigView, like Daisy is doing, which you can use the teleprompter and the captions that you saw and all the features that we have. But two more things that were really important that you mentioned is the SEO part. We do have a section of adding description and titling and logo for your page, and it's improving your traffic and your SEO of your website. So this is another great point. And the second one was the call to action. So as Daisy mentioned, it's really important to get your viewers, get your users to click on your links. This is the goal of your sale, of your service. You want them to be more engaged and to purchase something or get interested in something. So this way, with the interactions, you make them more engaged, you increase the purchase intent. So I think it's really helpful for that. And you can use it for anything that you need. You can sell a product, you can use it for your vlog, for marketing, anything that you want, and you will engage your audience and make them purchase more.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we finish this amazing live event, do you have any tips for our viewers regarding creating a business, a website with the content, using collection to improve all of this?
Yes. So number one, what we touched upon is SEO, right? I think SEO is, like, obviously the most important thing. Like, everyone is learning more about it, and it's evolving. So you're always learning new things. So that's a whole thing in itself. Video helps with SEO dramatically. So getting your videos out there, making sure you fill out the description of your video. So even if you're with the link that you can create your own page with collections, you really want to fill out that description area, and make sure the titling is proper, because that helps with SEO as well. You really want to make sure that the language around the collection, so like on my website, I wrote like a 500-word blog, because that's going to help with SEO. So it's not just like, let me embed this video and then set it and forget it. It's not quite like that. You really do need to still do the work of writing the content around the video around the collection, and whether the collection sits at the top of your page, in the middle, or at the end, you still need that. You need something for Google to scroll to search, or to crawl to search. And then I think the other thing is we didn't touch on, which is sharing. So, you still need to promote. So being able to share the collections link across social media channels is really important. I saw that feature, being able to put it out there so that people know where to go, because it's not just Google discovering you or discovering whatever you're doing based on keywords. It's also about your audience knowing that you're also putting this out there. So I think collections is really neat in that way, because you can share the link and your audience can see everything in that one nice, neat package. So I think that's really important as well.
I agree. Okay. So I will send you the links of collection. We do have now a special offer, a lifetime offer with a limited time to purchase collections. So I'll send that. And also I will send Daisy's website with the reviews. And feel free to ask questions. I see that we already have a few, but feel free to keep writing them. So we have a question about the quality of the video. If you're talking about the collections, it was made by phones. You can create the videos by phone, iPhone, Android, whatever you want, also from an iPad and a computer.
Yeah.
So it depends on the plan, but you can use all of those.
I want to add to that. So I am using an iPhone 10s Max. So a lot of people on social media talk about quality of iPhone and getting the latest iPhone or the latest phone. iPhone historically is not known for having the best cameras. There are Androids that have better cameras built into the phone than the iPhone. The latest 13 is much better. It's by far one of the best, but I'm still using my 10s Max. So if you're worried about having an inferior phone, if you're worried about, I can't start creating until I get a better phone, that's not true. This has been my lifeline for a few years. I got so attached to it that I didn't want to replace it out of fear that the newer camera wouldn't be as good. So I just I bought this 10 when it was new. So that was a couple of years ago, maybe 2016, 17, something like that. I just now am upgrading my phone to the 13. So you don't need, and that's only because I decided I need more space. I need a bigger, more hard drive on my phone. But you don't need, a great phone or the newest, latest thing to make video. What's really important is lighting. And that's why those videos look great, is because the lighting is really good. The videos that I shot for you guys, for the collections, for the release, that's shot with the same phone. And by the way, I shot it with the front camera, not with the back camera. So you can get really good quality out of the front camera. And I'm living proof of that. So lighting is really important. So just make sure you're either using very good natural light, or you're using good studio lights, which are very affordable these days. But you don't need to have a bunch of equipment and everything to make good video these days. And presentation in the video is so much more important than quality of the video today, meaning presentation, how the viewer or how your audience is watching the video. So for example, in collections, it gives it a really nice experience. And that's really what audiences want, is a good experience. As long as the video plays through, then you're really good to go. So, I try to steer people away from spending all your life savings on a new camera when you don't need to. The presentation is really important. So.
Yes, I agree. And another thing that is extra important while you're making your video is audio.
Yes.
So you can purchase a mic. You can, even with the phone, it's okay. And the lighting, like Daisy said, it's super important. And with the interactions, you can even make them watch it longer. So I think the three of those can really help.
That's true. That's true. Interactions makes them stay on the page. It's very true.
Yeah. It's the extra feature that makes them stay.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Okay, we have a question about where can you find collections. So the collections is a different product than Big View. You can find it in the AppSumo deal I sent you in the chat, so feel free to search for it. Now it's a lifetime limited offer, so use it. We have another question. Okay. If you want to learn about collections, you can, I think you can approach Daisy on a website, right?
Yes. What was the question? I'm an image consultant. I think I need to learn more about collections area. Business, how can I reach out to Daisy? Oh, yeah. So you can reach out to me on my website at Daisy Reviews, and my email, which I can just, it's more complex to say, so I can add it in the chat, or you can add it in the chat. My email, you can reach out to me directly. And are there any more tutorials on this? Are there any more tutorials?
Yeah. So actually I sent the FAQs in the chat, but I also created a webinar especially for collection, which I'm explaining step by step what to do. So I'm sending it right now in the chat as well. So feel free to check it out. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we have more questions. If there will be a replay, yes, it's recorded. Feel free to watch it after. I think we have no questions.
So, so the second part of that video quality question was, can you use Big View with another type of camera, like I guess like a DSLR? I don't know what they were asking.
I think it's what we answered about. It was the second part. Okay, with the camera, you can use external devices such as cameras and mics. You can use it with Big View and with collections for videos that you create and upload. Just make sure that it's a suitable device that works with Big View. We have an FAQ about that as well, but most of them do work, so feel free to use them.
Can you use Big View for a job resume as an introduction? I think why not? Yeah, I think why not? You know, I use Big View for auditions all the time. In my job, in my blog post, I actually wrote that, like, if you wonder how I get so many words in 60 seconds, it's because of Big View. To be honest, like that is it. And I just really work on enunciating and to practice it a few times. And then I try to cram as much as I can possibly get in there. So you can definitely use it for a job in your resume as a job interview, you know, introduction, because I think like getting your prospective, you know, hiring manager or whoever it is, whatever company it is that you're looking to work for, getting to know the person or the personality, the feel for the person, I think is a great competitive advantage. So.
Yeah, definitely. And nowadays, I think it's getting to go that direction of filming yourself doing the CV. It's recommended, and people are starting to do that. And actually, it's a sneak peek to the future. We have a feature that's called Pages, Big View Pages, and we're about to launch the second version of it. And I think we're gonna have a CV template for you, but you of course can use Big View. Yeah, you can use Big View as it is right now to record yourself, write your resume to be precise and clear. It's really recommended to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really neat. Can you use it for LinkedIn as a photo? You mean LinkedIn or?
Can you use it for LinkedIn as photo? I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah.
If you can clarify, I will answer another question for now.
The user sign in.
Sign up with Big View in order to interact with your collections. For example, participating in polls.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, so no, you don't have to be a Big View user to have collections. You can if you want, because you can create the videos that you put in the collections, but no, it's a separated product. So you can import videos and add the interactions, polls, tweets, images, call to actions, statements, anything that you want without having the Big View subscription, but you can if you want.
You know, that's actually really neat because a lot of the things that you need, like for example with YouTube, you know, your audience, if they want to comment, they have to log in, right? And for a lot of people, they're on the internet, but they don't really want to participate in the internet. And then when it comes that one time that they're watching your video and they have a question about the product or whatever it is you're talking about, and they want to comment, they realize they have to create an account, and that deters them from doing that. You know, they just say, oh, never mind. And then you lose a follower, you lose a subscriber or a viewer. So I know this very personally because my boyfriend is like this. He does not like, he doesn't very rarely exist on the internet. And when he watches a video and he wants to ask a question or write a comment or something, he's like, oh my God, I have to sign in. I don't want them to know it's me. I don't want to do this. So I like the fact that, you know, like collections, the viewer can interact without having to create an account for something that they don't actually use, you know, in the day-to-day in their life at all.
Yeah, they feel connected. They can answer the poll and see the results. They can go to your website, but they don't have to commit. So I think for them, it's a really good opportunity. And for you, if you can catch them, get their attention, it will make them actually buy and maybe sign up for your services.
Oh, sorry about that. My light went off.
You see, light is important.
Light is very important. I don't know why it went off, but it just glitched on its own.
Okay, someone else asking about the offer. I can't find it. I will send you again. This is the deal for the collections, so feel free to use it. Okay, I think we have no more questions. So I want to thank all of you for coming, and of course you, Daisy,
well, thank you for having me.
And I hope to see you using collections and Big View more.
Yeah, definitely. I have some questions I will email you about, but yeah, I love it.
Sure. Yeah, great. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.